You ever blocked a narcissist on social media from your phone number, from being able to text you? If you have, I'm sure you have experienced a barrage of attacks. A barrage of attacks on your identity, a barrage of attacks on why you block them, when you block them. It's really hard to set a boundary with a narcissist. You're very rarely going to win. Sometimes it's not even worth getting into a battle over space, boundaries, or expectations and rules. You just have to make that stand. There are times when you may have to make a decision that requires you to change behavior, change a certain expectation or rule within the relationship, and you just have to move forward with that behavioral change. It's really hard sometimes to sit with a person who has narcissistic tendencies, behaviors, or ideologies and tell them that you need space, you're going to put this boundary up, and they better not cross it. They're going to challenge you, they're going to feel devalued, they're going to feel attacked, and there's a variety of other things I'm going to talk about in this short video that they can display to you in an attempt to show you that they are upset with you. You don't want to allow that, however, to be a barrier to you and to create a scenario where you're the underdog or you're the one being manipulated constantly. If you find that you're in a position where that narcissistic individual, primarily the vulnerable narcissists, where that person kind of utilizes their so-called low self-esteem, their loneliness, their lack of ability to care for themselves, you don't want that to influence you, but they will sometimes attempt to do so. Why? Because it's a lot easier than getting into a power battle, right? Or any kind of power struggle with you. It's a lot easier to just say, you know what, I really can't do this without you. How dare you leave me? I've always been there for you. You never had to ask me for help. I was always there. I self-sacrificed for you. I raised you. I've done this with you, and I've done that with you. And by the time they get done pointing out, like like you're looking at a map, pointing out all the ways that they were there for you, you're feeling guilty. Now you're feeling blamed, and now you're feeling like you're the problem. The reality is that you're not the problem. They're the problem. It's the fact that you attempted to place a boundary in the middle of the situation or the relationship so that healthier communication can arise. Or guess what? Maybe it's as simple as, especially for many of my clients, going no contact. You're saying, I don't want anything to do with you. And yet that individual continues to push your boundaries. Vulnerable narcissists tend to pursue positional control. We call it positional narcissism. Positional narcissism. And that's when there's this tendency to seek specific powerful positions of authority. So I want to be president, I want to be a mayor, I want to be the leader of the PTL meetings, I want to be the leader of my school board, I want to be the grandparent who has all control in this family because I feel like I deserve control and dominance. Power can come in many different shades and colors, but what we can say as psychologists, as people who study the brain, is that mostly narcissists who really need a confidence boost or they need to feel like they can lord over you, they tend to become positional narcissists, constantly pursuing areas of control. Now, here's what's interesting about a narcissist, that they can sometimes have what we call problematic social media use. And basically what that is addictive social media behavior. But they're not addictive for many of the reasons that most people are addicted to social media. Some people are addicted to social media because it soothes their feelings of loneliness. Some are addicted to social media because they love watching funny videos or heartwarming videos, or they like seeing what other people are doing in their lives, or they have specific YouTubers like you guys have me who have a regular appearance on social media to share their life, to educate, the list goes on. But for a narcissistic personality, somebody who is dominating and controlling, problematic social media use comes about when the narcissist has developed some kind of curated identity that they can manage using social media. A curated social identity. Beautiful one that always gets attention because she's lovely, right? The model, the photogenic person. Then you may see somebody who wants to brag about how much knowledge they have, and so they're constantly on YouTube or TikTok sharing all kinds of information because they need that self-importance, you know? They need that sense of power and control over the audience. Then there's people who are narcissists who are online who love showing a variety of pictures of themselves, some appropriate, some inappropriate, because they want to show you how many ways they can attract you, man or female, right? Engages in this behavior. There may also be bragging of the millions and millions of dollars that some people have, right? They put their videos online that showcases the home they live in, different rooms in their house and mansions, what they wear, how much money they have. Then you also have those individuals who want to be famous because they want to be a rapper, or they want to be a thug, or a or an individual who gets a lot of female attention. So you're going to see them online as well. Sometimes the narcissistic attitude can be shown in those few ways. And so we call that problematic social media use because, again, they get to curate and kind of manage their own self-image. And it's in a very controlling way. If you are dealing with somebody that you believe is a narcissist, somebody that needs constant attention, somebody that really desires control and position in your world, then you want to keep on watching because we're going to delve a little bit deeper. I have never really had an easy time counseling narcissists. And, this is one of the reasons why I don't counsel narcissists today. My angle and my focus within my private practice has shifted because narcissists are very triggering for me. They tend to be very self-centered, and a lot of their behaviors are unhealthy, not just for the people they are connected to, but even for strangers. You may be asking why. Well, that's because usually a narcissist towards strangers tends to lord themselves as much as they can. They seek positions of dominance and power. That's what makes them a positional narcissist. They tend to engage in tons of road rage, bullying behaviors, harassing behaviors. These are the kind of individuals who, you get over in the left lane on the turnpike and you thought you were clear when you made that, that move to the left lane. But here's a very unstable narcissist driving behind you who has decided to see the situation as you cut them off in traffic. So what do? They ride your bumper as far out as they can, right? It looks like they're following you, and as a matter of fact, they are following you. As soon as you get to your destination, they jump out of the car, cuss you out, threaten, may even hit your vehicle, get back in their car, and drive off. That's the kind of narcissist we're talking about. We're talking about the easily angered, easily triggered narcissist who has absolutely no respect for the rights of others. How do you put up a boundary with that kind of individual? For a lot of people, they block that kind of a narcissist. They block them on social media, they block them in text messaging, and they also block them in other ways, like not answering the phone, refusing to reply to text messages or DMs, right? Private messages or group chats that may be happening. They also refuse to respond to them in person, right? Sometimes the narcissist will try to meet you at the place that they know you always go. And it can be really difficult for you to not feel attacked, harassed, and stalked. These kind of narcissists, whether they're in your family or on your job or in a relationship with you or has been a friend at some point, these kind of narcissists are very difficult to manage because they're bullies, they harass, they are dominating, they are controlling. And a lot of them have deep-seated emotional and psychological problems that has never gotten taken care of by a professional. So here's what you think may happen once you put up a boundary, once you block the narcissist. Here's what you think is going to happen. that you're going to gain some kind of relationship control.